Today I'm doing a job I've been putting off for a while. I'm going to change the transmission filter, which I've never done before. First, I'm going to remove this plug because that's going to release any pressure in there. We're going to look under here. You see it right there. Boop. We're going to unbolt that. Bunch of 8mm. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to modify this. You see I used a Sharpie marker, and from 1 5/8 to 2 1/8, that's the new transmission dipstick when hot. Just for fun, I stuck it in the hole, and at cold temperature, it is exactly halfway on my measuring area. So it's within the right range right now. We'll try it again after we empty it. And the fluid doesn't look terrible. A little darker than it's supposed to be, but not bad. It's at 130,000 miles. We got 6 quarts of this ATF. We got a Fram, and we got a degreaser for the oil pan so we can clean that out. The first tool we're gonna need is an 8mm to go on here. I'm gonna break them all loose so that we are ready to take them off. They're not too tight. I've taken out all of them except for the 4 corners. We got a little drip going. It's dripping right into the pan as expected. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick a screwdriver in there. It's gonna pull down. It's gonna drip out the bottom there. Okay, here it goes. Ooh. It's looking pretty clean in here. There is some metal on there. I don't know what that means. We'll clean it off. Okay, if you look at this, this is my magnet. It's got some schmutz on it. It's got a bit, but not so bad. Next, you're gonna wanna take a Torx T25 and take these out. They come right out. They're at 45 inch-pounds. Okay, I'm gonna try my luck on this. I've seen a lot of fluid come out in other videos, so I'm gonna try and not have that same problem. Okay, it's getting loose. I don't want to splash it in my face. Here it comes. Here it goes. Not bad. We're making our way through this. Our next obstacle is this little collar in here. It looks like in a lot of videos it's a pain to get out. So some people knock it right underneath it and then pull it down. That's what we're gonna try and do. You can always dent it out, but we're gonna replace it. Okay, I've been hitting this with a hammer. I just hit it real soft. It did bend, so I'm gonna go further with that. I can almost get this in there to get that out. I'm just gonna hit it a couple more times. I didn't get it on video, but I hit it a couple more times and it fell into the bucket. Now we're on the reassembly. So we're gonna go into our new Fram filter. It comes with a gasket, but we're gonna use gasket, RTV gasket material. But we got this new part. You're gonna get this into here. You're gonna get it started a little, and then you hit it with a hammer. The end of a hammer so that you don't mess it up. Okay, so I got myself a rubber mallet. We need something a little more targeted. I ended up using a socket and hitting that right up into there, and it went in. Make sure you take a razor blade and get off all of the old gasket. Next, you're gonna wanna reinstall this. You wanna get it so that it's in place and then not like you're not tightening it down. You have it in place already. once I had it in place, I tapped it like this, and it went all the way up to the collar there, if you look. And so it's definitely seated correctly. Okay, we've got this all back together. You tighten these to 110 inch-pounds. You do a crisscross pattern just to keep everything gushing out, and keep your eye on it afterwards to make sure that you did a good job. I cleaned everything off so it looks like nothing's dripping, and now we got to add the fluid. So I got this funnel down in here. It works pretty good, better than no funnel. We just gonna get that in there. We're gonna do 5.5 quarts and start it up and see where it's at. Next, we're gonna start the car up. You're gonna wanna put your foot on the brake. You're gonna put it into reverse and then to drive. You kind of wanna just get that fluid moving around. You're gonna warm it up and then check the fluid. If you look on the oil dipstick, it says safe right there. And if it's right at about the S, that is the high spot. So I'm gonna stick it in the hole here. And when we pull it out, it is right at the top of the hot, running hot place. So it's perfect. Should be good forever.